What's good, everybody, and welcome to part 2 of my breakdown of the Zack Snyder cut of Justice League. Part 1, we covered the introduction and part 1 of the story. Today, we will be focusing on parts 2 and 3. So after this, let's get started. So just a recap of the last chapter, it ended with Steppenwolf showing up on the Amazon island, whooping ass, taking names, and walking off with the first mother box. Part 2 starts with the continuation from that with Steppenwolf boom tombing to where he's setting up his base to continue on his conquest to get the next 2 boxes. We see him start to form the base with his paratroopers. He speaks to what I didn't know was at first I thought it might have been Glorious Godfrey, but actually it's Desaad, which makes a whole lot more sense. So during the conversation with him and Desaad kind of reveals that at some point Steppenwolf betrayed or didn't come through for Darkseid or something, and now he owes him 50,000 worlds. That's a lot of fucking worlds if you really think about it. 50,000? That's like that's serious debt. Like you might be in debt, but I don't think anybody's 50,000 worlds in debt. Like, I know I've heard about people being in a world of debt, but that's a whole different level. So from there, you get Diana's mother speaking to the other Amazons, telling her to light the warning fire. They're like, men won't know what that means. She's like, yeah, they won't, but she will. So she goes to the, what's it called? The Temple of the Amazons, great name. And from there she finds out the I guess she reads about the history of Darkseid. Like, it was cool that they just had this. They had the whole story conveniently written on the wall where she can access and learn from it. I mean, perfect. So she learns the story and then goes back and meets up with Bats and tells him the story, which is honestly one of the best sequences in this whole entire movie. Like, I would have been happy if they would have took the whole idea that they had and actually made that into a full movie. Like I read that they were doing the New Gods, which I can understand, and the Trench has been put on hold, which I think was a good idea, because who really watched Aquaman and wanted to learn about the Trench? Like, it was pretty self-explanatory. Like, that was just wasted time. Like, but this battle sequence, like, we had Ares, Zeus, the Green Lanterns, the Atlanteans, the world of men, and the Amazon all fighting, and they all look so fucking badass. Like, I would have really have liked to see a movie of this, just them trying to come together to fight Darkseid. That, like, Warner Brothers, that's a movie that you should be thinking about doing. Like, that's fucking money. Like, Warner Brothers, I don't get these mofos. Like, you literally have a fan base telling you exactly what they want and what they would pay for, and y'all niggas are like, nah, we don't want to. We want to do it our way. Like, you bonehead. Anyway, let's get on top here. Let's move on. From there we go into part 3, which is basically they start with the the introduction of Flash, even though I think we've seen him at this point, but it's a scene to set up just how developed he is in his powers. So we get a quick little, the typical passing, the walk by trope of Iris and Wally as he goes into this I guess is a dog walker or dog daycare place. So by a series of unfortunate events, Iris's car gets hit and she gets sent flying. He runs out, kind of like, well, this is what I like. Even though they did this with Quicksilver first in was in the X-Men movie and everything, but always rubbed me the wrong way because Quicksilver's not that fast in the Marvel comic book universe. Like, he's fast, but like in a race between Barry Allen and Quicksilver, he would leave Quicksilver in the dust. Like, Quicksilver can't run fast enough to literally change time. So it makes sense how Quicksilver is able to use his speed and not just, grab people. Like, it's literally like you see how slow the world moves for him. So he saves Iris, and then Base has a funny scene where he looks like he falls into the doggy pen. So watch it. The scene is really funny. I actually enjoyed it. It was one of the better introductions I've seen, and it really set up like who he is in the movie. So then from there we transition back to Cyborgs and his issues with his father. It's to me, the Cyborg just seemed like a whiny little bitch at times. And this might be the fact that Joel Moden, the guy who plays Cyborg father, is like one of my favorite actors in Hollywood. Like, if you've ever seen Scandal and seen him as Papa Pope, oh my god, like that dude is amazing. Like, there's no way I could hate him. I was actually looking at Cyborg as a bitch this whole entire time. I was like, man, you better respect your daddy. You don't know who he is, because no matter what role he plays, to me, he will always be Papa Pope. Also, I swear to God, every time he starts talking about his father, like, I just want to hear. Remember Austin Powers, the song he sung about his dad. Daddy was there. Like, I just felt that this song needed to be playing in the background anytime Cyborg just hopped on the screen. Like, I just felt like it just made me feel a whole lot better about his character, and it would have been a whole lot faster. Like, with all the musical interludes and everything that Zack Snyder used, especially the one he Aquaman got 2 fucking musical fucking stops in the movie. Like, really? You couldn't give Cyborg Daddy wasn't there? Like, it'd have been perfect. It would have been absolutely perfect for him. But moving along, we go back to Barry walking into his lair, and Bruce just sitting there in the dark, just waiting on Barry. It was kind of like, I bet this nigga was just sitting in the dark, thinking of that lame ass speech he was about to give him. He was lucky Barry was an easy pull, or else he would have went nowhere with that. And it just looks like part 3 was just set up just to introduce Cyborg and Flash into the story and get them meeting with everybody. Because next up, you got Emo Cyborg meeting up with Wonder Woman and trying to convince him to join up. And we end part 3 with Steppenwolf doing Steppenwolf shit at this time and just whooping ass and taking the second mother box from Mira and Aquaman in a pretty dope ass scene, if you ask me. Even though I have certain feelings about Amber Heard after all the shit that she put Johnny through, just looking at Mira looked pretty bad. Looked like a pretty badass fighter. Like, if you've ever seen Mira in the comic books, Mira at times can be a fucking beast. Like, I think it was in the DC Deceased universe, she had a real cool couple of panels when when the zombies was coming for her, and since she can control water, she was just thrashing the fuck out of motherfuckers. Oh, but with that, that ended part 3, and I'm gonna stop it right there. If you guys like the content, if you're enjoying this, please like, subscribe, and share. If you have any questions, feel free to slide in my DMs and hit me up. I'm always down to answer any question that you have about this or anything else in the DC universe right now. You guys take care. God bless. And I will see you soon. Peace.